Alright, so email etiquette. When we say etiquette, ito yung acceptable behavior, no? When we write with etiquette, ibig sabihin wala tayong na-offend, wala tayong nababastos kasi acceptable yung behavior na gano'n. Alright. So, sige Ses, can you read the first paragraph? Dito, on the left side.
Email etiquette refers to the principles of behavior that one should use when writing or answering email messages.
All right. Principles and behavior. Principles of behavior. All right. So, G, can you read why it is important?
Why is email etiquette important? Professionalism, efficiency, protection from liability.
All right. Kaya pala. All right. Thank you. So, it is important because it is professional behavior, di ba? We already talked about professional and amateur yesterday. No, professional tayo, binabayaran tayo. So we have to do things right and as perfectly as possible, as flawlessly as possible. It is efficient. Ibig sabihin, ito na yung pinaka-effective na mga paraan para mabilis ang pagkaintindi, mabilis din ang pagsagot. And finally, it will also help protect us from liability. No, this is an extreme case, yung hahabla tayo dahil sa email. No, liability yung tawag doon. Bihira naman ito, especially at our level. Pero kung related sa medical, it's possible, pwedeng magkaroon. Pero sa inyong hospital, may nababalitaan ba kayong yung sa sobrang severe ng complaint, nagfa-file ng kaso yung pasyente?
Sa government po kasi may hotline po na 8888. So, doon po sila na complain po or may
Okay.
po sila. Tapos
Okay.
ipapadala po through email dito po sa hospital.
Okay. Sige. Alright. Para yun sa buong Pilipinas, yung hotline na yun? For government hospitals. Okay.
And government agency po.
Okay. Thank you. Ayan, I learned something. Okay. So, before we write our email, no, let us know what our purpose is for writing. Is it because we're asking a question? Is it because we need information? Or are we giving information? So make sure that we focus on that objective. And then once you know your objective, mas madali nang isulat no yung email. Kasi sabi nga nung teacher ko nung Com1 ba 'yon? Begin with the end in mind. Pag hirap kang simulan ng email mo, unahin mo yung kahuli-hulihan mong gustong sabihin. And then build it from there. And it makes sense, no? All right. Okay, first of all, sa subject line. Sige, let's read all together. Si Ses na lang muna dito sa slide na ito. Ses, please read the do's followed by the don'ts.
Subject line, do's. Subject line should effectively summarize the message. When replying, change the subject line when the topic changes.
All right. So, ang pagsulat ng subject line ay kailangan natin ng dalawang information. And of course, kung kayo yung nag-initiate ng email, no? Kayo yung gagawa ng subject line. Usually, kapag magre-reply kayo, nandun na yung subject line. So, what are the components of a good subject line? Two things, no? One, topic. Two, focus. You need those two things. So, tungkol saan ba ito? Tungkol kay Patient de la Cruz, for example. Yun yung topic mo, Patient de la Cruz. What about Patient de la Cruz? Ito ngayon yung focus. Bawa, lab report. No? Lab report of Patient de la Cruz. So, nandun na yung nung topic, si Patient de la Cruz, and then the focus. No, lab results. Or, what's another possible focus? X-ray plate. Halimbawa, X, X-ray plate is ready. Ano pa ba? Official receipt. Ito po yung official receipt na hinihingi nyo. Ito po yung medical certificate na hinihingi nyo, no? So the focus can change. Si Patient de la Cruz na topic, pwedeng marami siyang aspect, no? Pwedeng appointment niya, pwedeng lab results niya. Yun naman yung mga focus. Now, let's talk about, for example, a meeting. Meeting. No? Which meeting? Meeting on April 30, halimbawa. The topic is meeting on April 30. What about it? No? Canceled or postponed or change of venue, new venue. Gets nyo? Topic is the broader subject or topic. Focus is ano tungkol doon. No? When you ask the question, ano tungkol doon? Yun yung focus. Tungkol saan ito? Ano ngayon? Ano tungkol doon? Right? Kasi topic can be as big as sports fest or Christmas party. Kung meron ngang Christmas party, tapos maraming tao ang involved sa Christmas party, merong food committee, merong program committee, merong raffle and prizes. 'Di ba? Di lahat, kung hindi kayo naglagay ng focus, lahat ng subject line ay Christmas party. Pero kung lalagyan ng focus, then it becomes more streamlined. Is it food committee? Is it prizes and games? Is it program? Is it venue and detailed schedule? Hosts, no? All right. So that's how you can write an effective subject line. And when you have an effective subject line, it gives the recipient an idea of what it is about. Naset na yung expectation ng nilalaman ng email. Kaya, bubuksan niya. Versus something vague, halimbawa, question. Yan, vague yan, di ba? Question, meeting, report. Kulang yang mga yan. No? Masyadong vague, masyadong general. So we want it to be specific. All right. When replying, change the subject line when the topic changes. So only when the topic changes. If the topic is still the same, then you don't have to change it. All right, says, please read the don'ts.
Don'ts. Do not use more than 6 or 7 words in the subject line. Never use capital letters.
All right. So the shorter the subject line, the better. But it should not sacrifice clarity and specificity, no? Being specific, hindi dapat yun ma-trade off. And then, alam nyo na yan, capital letters mean you're like shouting, no? You're yelling, sisigaw mo yung kausap. So never use that. Kahit sa mga salitang urgent, lahat naman urgent. And then, you know what's helpful for me? The use of the colon. For example, ganito, Patient de la Cruz. Lab results. Now, you can use colon or hyphen or dash to manage your subject line. Or pwede rin yan pagbalik rin. Lab results of Patient de la Cruz. Siyempre, mas maganda may first name, no? Kasi hindi ko lang pinangalanan ng first name si Patient de la Cruz. All right, so that's the subject line. Good subject lines or effective subject lines are opened first. So kung may hiningi kayong information at binasa nila agad yung email, malamang actionan din nila agad at makukuha nyo agad yung kailangan yung information, whether it's a file or a brochure or a table or a lab result. All right. Now, this is the salutation. The salutation is the first line in the body, no? In the main email section. Ito yung mga dear, ganyan. Ito yung mga hi, ganon. All right. So, G, could you read for us the do's?
Salutation does. Use dear, a comma, a title, the person's name, and a comma or colon. If you are writing to two different people, use both names in your salutation. Do not use two titles in one salutation. For example, dear Mr. Dr. Aura.
All right. Okay. Question, anong ginagamit ninyo pag nagsusulat kayo? Let's just focus on that.
Sa akin po, dear.
Dear,
Dear po yung
okay.
ginagamit.
How about says?
Yung una po yung madalas ko pong gamitin.
Dear. Oo. All right. So, actually, ako my own practice no is like this. Halimbawa, Dear Mr. Delgado. Ayan. Ganyan ako mag-salutation. I don't put a comma after dear. I put it after. So, Dear Mr. Delgado, comma, pwede. Dear Mr. Delgado, colon, pwede. Alright, so that's better. Ngayon, do you ever use hi? Tanong lang. Hindi naman masamang gumamit ng hi. Talagang dear kayo. Kahit sa isa't isa, when you email each other, you use dear. Okay, that's fine. Good, no? That's good practice. Ngayon, just in case you need to use hi, halimbawa, kayong dalawa mag-email sa isa't isa, hi, says, pwede yan. Dito ako nagka-comma. Hi, comma, says. At pwedeng period siya sa huli. Okay? So, let's go to sample subject line and salutation. Ayan. We have a good example here of a subject line. Tungkol saan ito? That's the topic. Siena Towers. What exactly about it? Ano tungkol doon? Turnover date. Diba? Mas malinaw. Kesa Siena Towers. Naku, napakalawak ng topic na yon. And then, Dear Mr. Aura. Aura. Colon. Well, I really would remove the comma there. All right. So, question, how would we improve yung subject line? No. Ito po, given po yung subject line. Paano natin improve? Sige nga, please type it in the workbook. Subject line lang. Column AA. Pwede nyo pangalanan yung yung customer. And you can include that in the subject line. No? Kasi given nga yung email, no, sabi nung sumulat kay Mike, I would like to get an update regarding the customer's request for early turnover. Let's say Medina ang apelyido ng customer. Pangalanan nyo siya. So, ask yourself the question, tungkol saan ito? What's the quick answer? Tungkol saan yung ating email? All right, it is, maganda yung sinulat ni G, Mr. Top's turnover request. Alright, nilagay pa rin niya yung urgent pero naka-lowercase na lahat. I mean, upper and lowercase, hindi na all caps. Alright, so that's good use of the colon. I would suggest to make the letter R in request capital also. So imagine that an email subject line is actually the title. No, para siyang title. Di ba pag nakakita tayo ng title ng article, naka-capital, ganon. Alright, so can you type that again, G, na naka-capital R? And then, I suggest including early. No? Mr. Top's early turnover request. Kasi talaga namang ito turnover ang tanong kailan. So this is a request to make it earlier. Tapos ganun din kay Ses. Okay naman yung kay Ses, Mr. Medina's early turnover request. Ayan. You can use colon or parentheses or dash, hyphen. Yan. Pwedeng gamitin yung mga yan. Okay. Goody. Thank you. All right. Let's go to Ses again. Please read the do's.
Begin with a line of thanks. Before writing the body, identify the actions that you are expecting from the reader. A prompt physical action, a response, read only, for information only.
All right. Thank you. So, kailangan malinaw yung purpose sa atin, like we said earlier. And always say thank you, especially when, obviously, when replying, di ba? Thank you for your email. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you for considering our hospital. Diba? Thank you for sending whatever it was. So you can never go wrong with saying thank you. All right. So pag sinabing thank you, that's formal. Pag sinabing thanks, that's informal. What language do you use? Formal or informal?
Formal.
Okay, that's fine. No, as long as that's the company or the hospital system or style, that's fine. All right, good. So in the body of the email, G, can you read?
First one, for the body of the letter, email, be concise, provide complete information. If proof of information is long, best to attach it. Attach the correct file. Discuss only one topic.
Mm-mm. Okay. All right. Correct, no? So, one topic, one email. Hindi pwedeng isisingit natin yung, nga pala, tungkol sa Christmas party. Nga pala, tungkol sa isa nating negosyo, no? Hindi pwede. Kailangan separate emails siya. Because that is efficient. No, pag sinearch mo, mas mahahanap mo yung kailangan mo. You cannot have two subject lines, di ba? All right. So this is talking about the body. The body is made up of three major parts, especially if you are starting the email thread. Introduction, message ang ibig ko sabihin. Message, introduction, body, and conclusion. All right, please look at the chat. Meron akong tinype, no? Anything that is in the big window when writing an email is the message, di ba? Obviously, nandun yung salutation. Dear Mr. Delgado. Now, the message follows. What is in the message? Introduction, body, and conclusion. All right, so what's in the introduction? Importance and purpose of your email. Siyempre, hindi mo naman sasabihin palagi yan. It's just a summary of saying, we would like to request for the whatever, a copy of the blah, blah, blah. This, we will use this as part of the requirements. No? Importance and purpose. And then the body follows. So dito na yung sinasabi nga niya, no? It's the main content, main information. No, yan na. And then finally, the conclusion. Meron din tayong slide tungkol sa conclusion. This is your summary or mention any deadlines or reason for the deadline and next steps. Right. Yung conclusion, you can think of it as like this, no? Di ba tayo pag nag-usap tayo sa phone, pag patapos na tayo, lagi natin sinasabi, o sige, o siya. Di ba? Alam natin pag nadinig natin yun, magtatapos na, di ba? So, o sige, mag-usap na lang tayo ulit. O sige, magkita na lang tayo sa meeting. O sige, ipapadala ko. Yun yun. That's your conclusion. Thank you. I will send the blah, blah, blah. I look forward to our meeting. See you soon. Pwedeng ganon. No? I hope to receive the information by April 30. Thank you in advance. Yun yung mga conclusion. All right, so 3 main parts. You have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Usually the introduction is 1 paragraph. It can even be 1 sentence. Okay lang maging 2. Mahaba na yung 3 kung introduction yan. Conclusion, ganun din. 1 sentence usually, 2 okay, 3 max na yun. For the body, depending on your topic, you can have 1 paragraph for the body. Pero you can have 2 or 3 short paragraphs. That's fine also. Again, depending on your discussion. Within the paragraph ng body, you can have 1 sentence, 2 sentences, 3 sentences. Mahaba na yung 5. Ideally, when we open an email or when the other person opens our email, kasya na yung message natin sa window. Hindi kailangan mag-scroll up or scroll down. Pag nag-scroll up, scroll down, ibig sabihin mahaba talaga yung email natin, di ba? Yan yung mga nakakatakot na email kasi ang daming sinasabi. Daming complaint. At maraming kailangan tayong intindihin na details. No, but it's also the counterpart of listening. Di ba? In face-to-face, we listen. In phone calls, we listen. In emails, that's how we listen. We read. Alright. So, pag nakakatanggap kayo ng email, isang bloke ba yung paragraph nila? O nag-enter naman sila? May line space sa pagitan.
Pag yung sa mga within the hospital lang po, maikli lang naman po yung emails po na na-receive.
Mm-mm.
Pero pag yung regarding po, halimbawa sa complaints, medyo masalimuot.
Oo, pag galing sa patient at matinding complaint, mahaba, no? Pero ang tanong ko, nakaparagraph ba? O tuloy-tuloy?
Nakaparagraph na naman.
Nakaparagraph naman. Okay, good for you, no? Kasi masakit sa mata ang hindi nakaparagraph. Diba, bad experience siya. Pag mahaba ang email at walang paragraph, high effort yun sa nagbabasa. So, syempre, kung tayo yung magbabasa, ayaw natin ng ganung email. Pero, wag din tayo magpadala ng ganun. Okay. All right. So, when we deliver bad news, these are the guidelines, no? When we deliver bad news, say it immediately. Wala nang paligoy-ligoy. No? But you don't have to be bastos. You still have to be polite. And avoid blaming statements. Ano yung blaming statement? Halimbawa, you did not send. You did not submit. We're blaming them. But we can say, we did not receive. Magkaiba, di ba? We have not received. Yun yung mga technique, yun yung mga style. And then, avoid sounding ambiguous. Ano ibig sabihin ng ambiguous? Ambi means both directions or both sides, no? Ambidextrous. Pag sinabi ambidextrous, magaling yung kanan na kamay at magaling din yung left. Kahit aling kamay pwede sumulat o pwede humawak ng gunting or kutsilyo. Ambidextrous. So, ibig sabihin both sides. So, ambiguous means parang dalawa yung meaning o dalawa yung interpretation. Alright? So, we have to avoid writing like that. Like I keep saying, no, kailangan isa lang ang interpretation. And then, maintain a positive resolve. No? We must continue to sound professional, communicate professionally, hindi tayo palengkera, no? When at work, when we answer the phone, when we talk over the counter, and when we write emails, hindi tayo palengkera, professional nga tayo eh. Alright, so we always have to have that. We have to assume na kakampi tayo. Kahit bad news yung sinasabi natin, kakampi tayo. Alright, so here's an example. Now, tingnan nyo itong language na to, no? Itong, because the city has been placed under ECQ. Yan, neutral yung ganyang salita. Because the city has been placed under ECQ. Ito yung hindi neutral. Because the mayor placed the city under ECQ. Diba? Biniblame natin si mayor. So yun yung sinasabi dyan, yung blaming language. Pero sinabi lang natin na ECQ eh. Walang biniblame. All right. Okay. And then for closing, so closing ito, no? And you can add a few other details like yung next steps, next any deadlines, any follow-ups. Okay. I will call you again in 2 days. Pwedeng ganun, no? You set the expectation. All right. Now, complimentary close. Ito yung opposite ng salutation, right? So, if you want a more professional email closing, these are what you use. Best regards, regards sincerely. And then for more casual email closing, best wishes, cheers. For formal email closing, yours sincerely, yours faithfully. Magkaibang professional at formal ha. Kasi yung formal, pwedeng social yan eh. Hindi siya business. So I think you can itong professional is always safe. No, always safe. Ako nga, hindi na ako nag-ano eh. Kasi naiinis ako sa mga yan eh, sa totoo lang. Parang ano ba to? Bakit may regards? Eh magkausap na nga kami. Magkakilala naman kami. So, after I thank you, after my closing and I say thank you, I just write my name. Meron naman akong boss, ang kanyang complimentary close ay best. Amerikano yon. Best Teresa. Ganyan. Kayo, what do you use? Sincerely, okay. Best regards, tsaka yours sincerely. Yours, may S yan ha. If you use that, yours sincerely. May S yun. Yours and then sincerely. And then, yung second word, which is sincerely, small letter na yan. Katulad ng best regards. Tama yung pagkasulat ng best regards.